Hey everybody, I wanted to share a major breakthrough I had in shoulder problems. I've been probably a year and a half with some shoulder issues, and it just came to a head. I went to a physical therapist and solved a portion of my shoulder problems, but not all of them. And recently, in the past 2 days, it feels like everything's resolved, and I wanted to share some of the techniques that I learned. On Yoga International, a person talked about using this strap to pull the scapula down and back. And I combined that technique with stretching my shoulder against the wall, and found that when you do that, you pull the strap down and back so that it pulls your scapula down and back, and then your arm's kind of free to go against a wall and pull gently the muscles that are tight inside that shoulder and arm. And when you do that, and maybe take 5 breaths and work the stretch, and then be sure to do the other side. The person on Yoga International, I'm going to post a link to the page, but as you do both these shoulders, remember to focus on down and back. Also focus on your core being tight when you're doing this. Then you take your scapula muscles and you engage them in rotation. Take it to the full extent of their engagement. But you're just focused on your scapula rotating. Take them back, and now you've engaged the muscles that are involved in the stretch. Now you want to confuse the muscles that are involved in the stretch. So you might want to take one scapula forward while the other one's going back, and it's kind of confusing for your body to be able to do that. And so find a technique that is confusing to your muscles and do that for a while. So there's the 3-part technique. Use the strap, arm against the wall, engage the muscles in standard rotations, and then confuse the muscles in maybe alternating rotations. Now you should be to the point where you have a lot more mobility in the scapula. And what I found is that my scapula wasn't moving enough because of my neck muscles and trapezius and the various muscles involved. So some of the Ashtanga poses we're actually pulling my shoulder too hard. The part of your shoulder should be very stable, and that's this deltoid area. But the scapula can move. And if the deltoid is being pulled because the scapula isn't able to move, then it was hurting my shoulder, and all those muscles need to be tended to. So within 2-3 days, I've had massive progress, and wanted to share some of that with you. The other thing is that I had a massage therapist go in the back of my scapula with their elbow and really clear out any scar tissue that's back there. So again, a couple massages, the technique I just reviewed, and I'll post some other information when I send this up to the Practitioners Network. Thanks.